The rain didn't stop all day. It fell like a curtain between me and the world, blurring the faces, the flowers, and the gravestone that now bore my mother's name. My name is Kaylin Ward, 23 years old, and standing over my mother's grave felt like the final proof that I had lost everything that ever mattered. But even grief couldn't quiet the fury in my chest, because while the rest of us mourned, my father was not here. He was across town, in a hotel room, with the woman who had torn our family apart. The guests at the funeral whispered about it, pretending sympathy while hiding curiosity. I could feel their eyes on me, pitying me, judging me. But I kept my head down, rain soaking my black suit, and stared at the grave until the last person left. Only then did I speak. "I'll make him regret it, Mom," I whispered. "I promise." That was the night everything began. Our house was quiet when I returned. Mom's scent, lavender and vanilla, still lingered faintly in the air, though she had been gone only a week. Her favorite chair stood empty, her knitting half done beside it. And then there was Dad's study, a room she was never allowed to enter. I pushed the door open. The air smelled of whiskey and dust. On his desk, piles of documents and envelopes lay scattered. My father, Richard Ward, was a respected businessman, the kind of man people called successful, but I knew better. He built his empire on lies, deals, and betrayal. I began searching through the papers, desperate for something, anything, that would expose the truth about him. Then I found it, a small red notebook hidden under a folder. Inside, in my father's sharp handwriting, were notes of meetings, dates, and a name repeated over and over, Clara Dane. The same woman who had replaced my mother long before she died. And at the bottom of one page, a line that froze me. "When she finds out, it will all be over. Make it look natural." My hands trembled. Make it look natural. Had my father? The idea tore through me like a storm. My mother's sudden death, the heart attack everyone accepted without question, wasn't natural at all. I felt sick, but my fear was quickly replaced by a colder emotion, resolve. If my father thought I was the quiet son who would bow his head, he had no idea who I had become. That night, when he came home, I was waiting in the dark. The sound of his keys at the door made my pulse race. He stepped inside, still wearing his expensive coat, his cologne filling the air, the same one Mom used to buy him every Christmas. "Kaylin," he called. "In here," I answered. He turned on the light and froze. I was sitting in his chair, the red notebook open on the desk. "What's this?" I asked quietly. He hesitated. "Where did you find that?" "Right where you left it, next to the proof that you destroyed Mom." His face went pale. "You don't know what you're talking about." "Then tell me what this means," I said, pointing at the words "make it look natural." For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he exhaled and walked toward the window. "You don't understand, Kaylin. Your mother was going to ruin everything. She was going to take the company, the house, everything I built." I felt my jaw tighten. "So you chose her instead? Clara Dane." He turned sharply, anger flashing in his eyes. "Clara is the only one who stood by me. Your mother didn't believe in me." "She believed in us," I said, my voice breaking. "You killed that the day you walked out." He poured himself a drink, pretending calm, but his hand shook. "You don't have proof." I smiled faintly. "I don't need it. I just need people to hear what's in that notebook." His expression shifted from arrogance to fear. "You wouldn't." I stood. "I already did." Outside, sirens echoed faintly, getting closer. He turned toward the sound, realization dawning too late. "You called them." "I called justice," I said. "You took everything from her. Now, I'm taking everything from you." He lunged forward, but the police burst in before he could reach me. As they led him away, his eyes met mine, furious, pleading, broken. For the first time in my life, he had nothing left to say. The next morning, the rain had stopped. Sunlight streamed through the windows, painting the room gold. I walked to the cemetery again, a single white rose in my hand. The grass was still wet, the earth fresh where she rested. "They arrested him, Mom," I whispered. "He won't hurt anyone again." The wind rustled through the trees as if answering. I placed the rose on her grave and stood there for a long time, letting the silence heal what anger had burned. But as I turned to leave, I noticed something lying by the headstone, a folded note, sealed in an envelope marked for Kaylin. My heart skipped. I opened it. The handwriting was hers. "My sweet boy, if you're reading this, it means I'm gone. Don't let revenge destroy you. Use the truth to build something better than what we had. Love will heal what hate cannot." Tears filled my eyes, and for the first time, I felt peace. That night changed everything. Not just because I exposed my father, but because I finally understood what my mother had always tried to teach me.